What's up, everyone? After my first success of getting 25 views in the first 12 hours, I was like, I just changed the deck, and I'm like, I would wait, but it seems like a lot of people like the idea. I didn't get that much likes, but I don't know how many comments I actually got. And any comments I got, remember, I'm gonna read those comments out, and I hope this is up to you, but if you want to see decks like this, and you want to know what it's like to be a budget player like me, yeah, like and subscribe to tell me how good I'm doing. So, I know I got 2 likes. So, right away in the deck, we run the 2 boots. Boots specializes himself when the Phantom Knight monster's on the field, and that's super helpful because that gets you into your place, and it's a free level 3 monster. And then Cloak's there because he's good because he searches out Phantom Knight spell. He can search out him. And then his other effect is, well, it's not his effect, but he can be special summoned off of Erebus as another monster to play. So you want this card because it's a 800, 1,000 defense, and it can be used as monarch fuel, which is really nice in the deck. Personally, from personal experience, it actually came up in matches where I'm like, yes, this is what I needed. 3 Farfa, it comes up in every matchup. You always want 3 Farfa. If you can't afford 3 Farfa, I don't know what deck, you're probably playing something way better than this deck, but if you can't afford 3 Farfa, I'm questioning why you're even running BAs, because that card's a staple. And then one of each of the burning up best monsters, because they come up, but they're very specific, and Scar you could run 2 of, but personally I just want 1 of, and then 1 of the Graph and Seer, because they get deck and he gets graveyard. Deck, graveyard, search, burn damage, destroy set, and then free summon from your hand. And they get its effect, so it can be like, any card can extend from that. One of the combo extenders for Fiends, Tour Guide can get you Dante in turn 1, and then this guy just keeps on getting himself back for like Link material. And I don't think that's once per turn. Yeah, it is once per turn. So you can summon him, you can Link, special summon him back, probably get 1 monster in your field, and it sees on Dante. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tested it out, but you can easily get so many good combos. And if you know you're gonna mill Dante, you can easily activate his effect to return himself especially when back on the field, and then get one of the cards that are breaking your hand. You're like, I need this in my graveyard. I don't know how to get rid of it. And for the Monarch engine, you run the 2 of Erebus. Erebus is super helpful. He basically sends 2 and shuffles a random card from your hand, your opponent's hand, or field, or graveyard. I don't think the graveyard effect would be really smart because then they get to recycle. And then 1 Ether, because Ether allows you to summon another Monarch but bounce it back to the hand. And then Ether can also summon herself back on your field on your opponent's turn. And if you're smart, you can like activate Storm Force and Tribute. And then I run 1 Klaus because he banishes a monster and inflicts my opponent 1,000. He comes up really clutch. And then 2 Squires. It's just combo extender. This is another 1 card combo, which this makes this deck such a crazy, because every card, this is a 1 card combo depending on what plays you can go into. So it does lock you out your extra deck, but most times if you're starting to go for a Monarch play, you're not going to be needing someone from the extra deck, if that makes sense. For the crazy spice that I ran in the deck was 3 Gazelle. Yep, I'm running salamangreats, 3 Spinnies, 3 Foxy. These guys are just combo extenders. They're level 3s, Dante material, and they're just free level 3 monsters. And they can easily just go. I think these guys started getting, when the person started saying, hey, some words are level 3 monsters, and they can be used for Cherubini, honestly. So they're good for Cherubini if I ever can afford Cherubini. That's all the monsters, actually. 3 Allure, and 3 Dark Explosion. And of course, the combo extenders of the deck. The Foolish gets any monster in this, can search out any PK in the Heavenly Squire from your deck. Monarch spells, draw power, search, tribute your opponents, and then another search engine. You can recycle these. That's all you could only need 1, and that's why you need them at 1. And then 2 circles, start combos off your salamangreats, and 1 sanctuary to start popping your opponents back backboard because spelling traps can be annoying. Uh, 2 wings, 1 sword, boosts up your opponent's attack. You don't want these cards on your field as long as possible because they can destroy your burning of best combos. 2 primes, because primes is just like awesome draw power, and you can make a loop where you get like Erebus and like Ether going sun back and forth, and then using this effects. Like first I like summoned Erebus by adding him, then Stormforce, and then activated effects, send 2, added, shuffled those back, it drew 1, and then during my opponent's turn I tributed it, then activated its back, send those 2, but I summoned another Erebus from my deck, and then shuffle 2, draw 1. It was crazy. It was a crazy combo I did, and I was like, what? This deck can do that? I didn't really realize I could do that. I was just in test running, and I was like, that card's actually crazy. And then once salamangreat, rar, when you control salamangreat monster, you can just negate a card effect, and if you do, and then if a link monster is link summoned by using a monster with the same name, you can basically set it back on your field or banish it when it leaves the field. That's the main deck. It is a 50-card main deck, and it's absolutely great. 1 Rusty Barnabas combo extender, 1 Archfiend Joker, just a really good beat stick in the deck, 1 Decode Talker, because he's just a giant standard link, 2 salamangreat Heat Leos, and 1 Bell Links, because, we need that salamangreat engine to start popping back row as soon as possible when it gets a problem. 1 Mystalio, because Mystalio is just a generic level 3 and can start getting your plays in as soon as possible. 2 Breaker Swords, pops cards on both players' fields, really helpful in the deck. Giga Brilliant and Carbug, because your opponent's going to stall if they get bricked, and this card's a free, easy monster to get it and get rid of it. It's a pretty good beater, because when you summon Giga Brilliant, you can special summon this card from your deck by deattaching 2 season tier from it, and when your opponent has it to face down, you can deattach and shuffle that card, and then you get to do a 2200 attack beat. So really nice. 2 Dante's, great for synergy. And for the 1-0s, we got 1 for burn damage, and then 1 for getting back our banished monsters. Because when your opponent banishes, Spinny's gonna get banished eventually, or isn't it just lower monsters? Yeah. Your squires are gonna get banished. It's gonna get really hard to play around. You're gonna need to recycle this material. So a lot of the year just allows you to recycle those materials without like breaking your board too bad. Just just 2 summons off the discard. It's pretty good. You will be impressed at how many times that would actually come in a batch. So, pricing. Personally, this deck is a pretty pricey card. We have like cards like Gazelle in the deck, and touching on deck, Gazelle can like really make the deck expensive. It's like $7 a piece. What else cards are expensive? I know Spinny's kind of. I don't know if Gazelle's dropped, but I remember last time I checked, it was like probably a month or 2 ago, where Gazelle was like $7, and I was like, why? I know playset that's gonna be really hard. Roar's gonna be cheap. The Monarchs are gonna be pretty hard to get a good deal. I know like the Monarchs are not gonna be hard, but like the Squires are gonna be a little more expensive, like probably $3 a piece, and it's gonna add up really fast. I know you can trade for these. They're really easy trades that your opponent your friend or opponent already has and they don't want. So they're easy trades, but it's very rare to stumble upon these trades. I'm trying to think of an expensive like card. Cards that you might not see anymore, even though this card's cheap, unless you shop online, you're gonna need to like get this card. It's gonna be really hard to find. I like there's the dollar bins at locals that you can get this card at, and then Sword, I guess, is another expensive card depending on what variant you get. And then like the deck truly adds up its price, but it's a really fun deck, and don't take the price for granted, because it pays off when you like build these decks, because your opponent doesn't know what you're gonna do, and that's why I had so much fun. Because my opponent's like, "What are you? What is this? That was a monarch. What is that? A PK? What?" So and then just far fun, and they're like, "You didn't normal summon, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Nope." Joke's on you. But this is a crazy, crazy deck, and I really, really like it. It's super fun. Thank you for watching. This is another Dodge GT 702 deck profile.